Coming up on the show, the Sexual Assault Prevention Ambassador on the Hattiesburg campus of USM are putting together events all throughout April to bring sexual awareness to campus. More on this at the top of the show.
Yep, that's right. And also, the fraternity and sorority life community at Southern Mississippi is excited to welcome the newest members of the National Pan-Hellenic Council.
Yes, all of this and more on SMTV. SMTV News for April 17th starts now.
From the Chuck Scarborough Television Studio on the campus of the University of Southern Mississippi, this is SMTV News. News you can use.
Hello, USM, and thank you for joining us on what has been a beautiful day so far. I'm Bethal Miles.
And I am Amaya Norman. Here's our top news stories for today. As you may know, April is Sexual Awareness Month, so USM SAPA has scheduled various different events to educate and discuss sexual awareness throughout the month. Raven Payne has more.
If you see something, say something.
USM Sexual Assault Prevention Ambassadors, aka SAPA, provided a forum about sexual assault awareness and people of color in the community. It was on April 12th, 1 to 4 p.m. in the Union Room B in the THAD. The event was 4 panelists discussing certain topics about sexual assault and addressed in the forum with questions from the audience and the host. Sexual assault awareness is crucial to all races and gender who have been affected and should be taken seriously in all aspects. Ora Williams, committee head for the 2024 SAPA POC Forum, stated the purpose of this event.
The purpose of this event was basically to advocate for POC victims of sexual assault, because a lot of the time it often goes overlooked in those communities. So it was just to give a platform to the issue, give a voice to those people, and to provide resources for victims of sexual assault in those communities.
One of the panelists, Kiara Smith, stated why sexual assault awareness within minority communities is crucial and how it differs from the mainstream awareness efforts.
It's very important to know about sexual assault awareness in minorities because it is overlooked, diminished, it is criticized, and it is very important that we educate our people, our children, our students on what it means to be a person of color experiencing sexual assault.
Questions range from POC often overlooked about sexual assault, barriers like racism stop POC, resources for victims, stereotypes, survivors need better advocates, education in POC communities, and mental health support for survivors. SAPA has events all this month on April 15 and April 22nd through April 26th. To look to be a part of SAPA, to follow more events, and to learn about their resources, follow their Instagram pages at usm.sapa. SM2 reporter Raven Payne.
If you want to participate in SAPA events, be on the lookout for more events or learn about their resources. You can follow them on their Instagram at usm.sapa.
Yep, that's right. Now, the National Pan-Hellenic Council hosted its annual Spring 24 premiere. This event welcomes new members into the Divine Nine and the fraternity and sorority life family. The chapters that showcased new members were Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated, Sigma Gamma Rho Sorority Incorporated, and Iota Phi Theta Fraternity Incorporated. Congratulations to all the newest members, and a very special congratulations to our very own Lillian Scott and SMTV reporter Raven Payne on becoming members of the Divine Nine. Now, for more information on events, follow USM MPHC on Instagram.
The university came together to celebrate a very important event in the Muslim community. SM2 reporter Suvi Lama has more on the story.
The Muslim community at the University of Southern Mississippi recently came together to celebrate the major Islamic festival of Eid ul-Fitr. The event was organized by the Pakistani Student Organization, Muslim Student Association, and International Student and Scholar Services.
It's important to have communities like MSA and PSO on campus because when we have to celebrate Ramadan and Eid, these are important festivals as a Muslim community, and we're far from home, so we find a family far from home here. you can make food, get together, and just like share the cultures with people who don't follow your religions or are new to your faith, and that way you can just spread your happiness and there are more people to celebrate with.
The event was attended by Muslims as well as non-Muslim international and American students and staff.
So I really like how we promote diversity by having both Muslims and non-Muslim students, and they come together to celebrate Muslim community, which is a very broad step in promoting diversity in the area of Hattiesburg and USM.
By welcoming all to join festivities like Eid, MSA and PSO aim to build a more inclusive campus environment.
Yeah, now let's take it down to our Gulfport campus. The USM School of Coastal Resilience will soon undergo a series of changes, aimed at aligning itself more with the institution's overall long-term growth plans after a failed attempt in 2021 to restructure programs on the Gulf Park campus to increase student enrollment and improve success. USM's Provost and Vice President of Academic Affairs, Lance Nail, said classifying this move as a dismantling is not an accurate description of the decision in the outcome. This action is actually a reversal of a restructuring decision made a few years ago. While all the impending changes will mostly impact faculty, students, on the other hand, will be minimally affected.
Don't go anywhere. We still have our flash news briefing and more. But before we go, here's our trivia for the week. This week trivia is centered around our country leaders, our presidents.
Bill Clinton.
Bill Clinton.
Bill Clinton.
Bill Clinton.
I don't know.
Bill Clinton.
Barack Obama.
Barack Obama.
Barack Obama.
Obama.
Obama. President Obama. There we go.
Joe Biden.
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 Joe Biden.
Joe Biden.
Biden.
Joe Biden. Moneybag Joe.
Trump.
Donald Trump.
Donald Trump.
Donald Trump.
Trump.
Ronald Reagan.
Richard Nixon.
Reagan.
Reagan.
I don't know. I'm blanking.
Okay.
I don't know who was after Reagan for real.
Oh, is that like Freeman or something?
Freeman, there ain't no
Franklin D. Roosevelt.
Woodrow Wilson. No, FDR. FDR.
Oh, Lyndon B. Johnson.
No.
It's not him.
What? No.
I am studying to be a NICU nurse to give back that same care that I received. I was born at 26 weeks and was in the NICU for 89 days. Having a support system like March of Dimes is it's needed, it's necessary. Improving maternal and infant health is as important today as it was then. Join me in making a difference in the lives of families everywhere.
Are you ready to help your family get prepared for the unexpected? Here we go! Ladybug and Cat Noir know how important it is to be ready, because you never know when Hawkmoth is going to strike or a disaster will hit. And you don't need miraculous powers. Just put those planning skills you already have to good use. Make a plan that will help you and your family be ready when emergencies happen. Ready Kids can help. Get started at ready.gov/kids.
Around ADHD, there's tremendous ignorance. Most people are not aware of the positives.
Can't sit still, disorganized, can't focus, lazy, stupid.
You can't make it. You never listen, you don't clean your room. It's a super skill set.
It is so interesting seeing students struggle with the presidents. The only presidents I've been worried about are the green ones.
And I
Amaya.
know that's right.
Let's dive into this Flash News briefing. Right, so happening locally, a program with the goal of reducing speeding in school zones is soon to go into effect on Monday, April the 22nd. This program uses radar cameras to film roads within school zones, and the pilot program is meant to help with working out any possible logistical issues and provide data to police officers for the expansion of the program later. The first testing cameras will be placed at Woodley Elementary School on Hardy Street near 21st Avenue. Another set will be added at Grace Christian School on West 7th Street. After the completion of the testing program, the city and law enforcement will review the data and determine if it can be expanded to other school zones in August. Now, the overall goal of the program is to help change behavior of the drivers within these active school zones.
Regarding state news from Holly Springs, Mississippi, Dr. Kenneth Williams, a local internal medical doctor, expresses deep concerns over the impending closure of Holly Springs Hospital emergency rooms. The hospital, facing financial strains, lost its rural emergency status, leading to the closure. This setback comes despite effort to comply with regulations and maintain services. With the ER set to close on April 15th, the community of nearly 7,000 residents is left grappling with a critical loss in healthcare access. This is a fighting example of many of the situations rural hospitals in Mississippi are going through.
Yeah, that's something I've heard about a lot. Now let's get into some national news. In August, Maui faced its deadliest wildfire in over a century, claiming over 101 lives and destroying thousands of homes. The Maui Fire Department, stretched thin, battled the blaze amid a severe windstorm. Personal vehicles were used for rescues, and after-action report highlights the need for an additional firefighting equipment and better communication of infrastructure. Recommendations include a statewide evacuation plan and a mutual program. Despite heroic efforts, challenges persisted, with power outages hindering firefighters' efforts and communication breakdowns adding to the chaos. The report aims to improve disaster response in the near future. So it's really easy for wildfires to spread when it's a lot of wind. That's something that I didn't know until I actually got to Mississippi and studied a little bit about Texas.
And also dry grass as well. That can be a big issue with that.
Yes, 100%. Now, speaking of dry grass, wildfires, and wind, it's time on our show that we check in with what's happening with our weather. Take it away, Rachel.
Thank you so much, Bethal. Now let's get into our SMTV weather. As you can see, we are outside at our Shoemaker Square fountain, so let's get into this week's forecast. For Thursday's forecast, there is expected to be a high of 85 paired with a low of 66. Thursday is expected to be a cloudy day accompanied by scattered showers throughout the day. The rain chance for Thursday is 22%. Now let's see what the rest of this week has in store for us. On Friday, the high is predicted to be 89 degrees, just barely touching 90. However, the low will be a cool 60 degrees. These temperatures are going to be paired with partly cloudy skies. Saturday will cool off just a little with a high of 83 and a low of 62. Scattered clouds will be present on Saturday, but it will be mostly cloudy. Sunday will be a day full of clouds. The highest temperature will be at 68 degrees and the lowest will be a cool 52. Now Monday's high will jump up by 8 degrees to 76 degrees, and the low for Monday will stay in the 50s with 51 degrees. Monday will also close us out with mostly cloudy skies. Now we saw some of the days this week with many high temperatures. I wonder if we'll see any rain. Let's start off with Friday. Friday will have a 19% chance of rain. Saturday's rain chances will double and give us a 40% chance. There will most definitely be rain on Sunday because the rain chance will be sitting at a high percent of 74. Monday will round it all out to the rain chances we saw for Thursday to a 22% chance. Be sure to wear your rain boots and bring an umbrella for this week. Now sadly, our SMTV weather report has to come to an end, but whether rain or shine, be weather wise. Thank you for joining me, Rachel Rocks, for your SMTV weather. Peace out, Southern Miss.
The weather has been very beautiful lately, and I love it. Thank you, Rachel. We still have SM2 Sports and Community Calendar left in the show. Stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. SMTV will be right back.
It's important to get a flu shot each and every year because flu viruses are constantly changing and immunity from the vaccine decreases over time. Flu vaccines are updated annually to work against that year's viruses. The best time to get your shot is in the fall, but getting it later can still help. Getting a flu shot lowers your risk of getting sick, and if you do happen to get flu, it's likely to be less severe.
In America, millions of families are facing hunger. Many are forced to choose between food and other necessities. I'm stuck between paying for medications or paying for food. John from Maine. After rent and power, I can get groceries. It's sad to say food comes last. Anna from Texas. The Feeding America network of food banks helps provide over 6 billion meals to people in need each year. I thought pantries were for less fortunate people, but anybody could be less fortunate in a day or even a second. Claire from Virginia. Now I can provide food for my family again. It's not a handout, it's a hand up. Liam from Ohio. No one should have to worry where their next meal will come from. Together, we can end hunger. Learn more at feedingamerica.org.
Welcome back to your SM2 Sports Recap. I'm Amaya Anderson, and we have a full and exciting recap for you this week. We are back on the screens. Now it's time to get back in the sands. Digging into beach volleyball, the Lady Eagles are 13-20 after going 1-2 over the weekend in the UAB Beach Bash tournament. The Lady Eagles won versus Mercer, but lost to North Alabama and UAB. The Lady Eagles will be back in action Friday as they take on Cal Poly, ULM, and Tulane in the NOLA Classic. Sliding into baseball, the Golden Eagles improved to 22-14 and 9-6 in the Sun Belt Conference after falling to Georgia Southern. Southern Miss went 1-2 in the series against the Eagles. Baseball will be back in action at home Friday, April 19th, taking on ULM at 6 p.m. at the Peak. Swinging over to softball, the Lady Eagles are 20-20 after sweeping Georgia State 3-0 over the weekend. The Lady Eagles will be back in action Friday, April 19th in Louisiana as they take on the Raging Cajun for a Sun Belt matchup. Southern Miss Track and Field had themselves a day at Alabama Invitational. The women's 4x400, Trinity Benson, Jada McDougall, Addison McLaren, Savia Varnell, set a school record a time of 3.35 following the Golden Eagle had 4 first-place finishers. The women's 4x100 team Trinity Flagger, Jada McDougall, Trinity Benson, and Savia Varnell came out on top with a time of 40.7 seconds. Alania Simmons in high jump, jumping over 1.75 meters on her first attempt. Zane Palmino stays consistent in the high jump with a leap of 2.17 meters. Lastly is Zalaisha Frazier on a roll on the triple jump with a leap of 12.64 meters. The Golden Eagles will be on the road headed to Baton Rouge to compete at the LSU Invitational. And the moment you've all been waiting for, this week's Player of the Week goes to Hannah Borden of Southern Miss Softball. Borden led the team with 3 hits, reaching a career milestone of 200 hits, making her the 3rd Golden Eagle to do so in program history. This has been Amari Anderson with your sports recap. Make sure to tune in to next week's show. Peace, y'all.
Now you know summer is right around the corner.
And that means that there's going to be a lot of events coming up as well.
Most definitely. It's time to see what's on our calendar for the week. Now on to Community Calendar with Kennedy Drake.
Hello, Golden Eagles. My name is Kennedy Drake, and I'm here with Community Calendar, where we gather information from around campus and within the community near you in Hattiesburg. The fun starts with the captivating play Into the Woods on April 19th at 7:30 p.m. The play is at Martha R. Tatum Theater. This play showcases Stephen Sondheim and James Lapine's classic musical. It brings together familiar fairy tale characters and is one of their most enduring works. There are more dates throughout April, so visit calendar.usm for more information. Get ready for the Undergraduate Symposium on April 20th from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. This annual event is a professional conference for undergraduate students to present their scholarly or creative work for prizes. The symposium will also feature a guest speaker and art showcase. Come to the Trent Lott Center to show professionals and geniuses your work. Join the Earth Day paddle cleanup for a celebration on how to keep Hattiesburg beautiful. The event starts April 22nd at 10 a.m. Participants will get to paddle on the Leaf River while also removing any litter. Registration and a waiver is required through the website runsignup.com. Don't miss out on leaving the Leaf River better than you found it on Earth Day. The annual Farm to Fork Ride and Run will take place April 26th and 27th at the barn at Brindlewood. Participants can choose to have a fork ride for several miles or run a 5K or 10K. This event raises money to deliver food to 62 food pantries and kitchen partners across the state. Immerse yourself in a barn atmosphere filled with music, food, and custom keepsakes. If you have an event you would like for us to promote, send it to sm2news@usm.edu. This is just one way we thank our community for watching Southern Miss TV and for supporting us here at Southern Miss Student Media Center. Visit our website, sm2media.com, to keep up with all of our news. Signing out, I'm Kennedy Drake, and this has been your Community Calendar. Stay blessed.
No matter what you're up against, we have your back.
We are United Way.
We are neighbors helping neighbors. In communities around the world, when disaster strikes,
We get you back on your feet.
We help children build brighter futures.
We've been here for over 135 years.
but now our work is more important than ever.
Join us.
Join your neighbors.
Join United Way.
At first, just leaving the house was hard.
But Wounded Warrior Project helps you realize it's possible to get out there.
To feel a sense of camaraderie again.
To find the tools to live life better.
Through generous community support, we've connected warriors and their families with no-cost physical and mental health services, legislative advocacy, career assistance, and life skill training for 20 years. And we're just getting started.
Welcome back. The first weekend of the Coachella Valley Music and Arts Festival has concluded, and it was nothing short of eventful. Coachella was electrified by the long-awaited reunion of No Doubt, fronted by Gwen Stefani. Their nostalgic set, featuring surprise guest Olivia Rodrigo, transported fans back in time and lit up social media feeds with excitement. And a departure from her usual spotlight, global superstar Taylor Swift, accompanied by Travis Kelce, traded the stage for the crowd, joining in the festivities and adding to the festival allure. However, not all performances hit the mark. Damon Albarn's Blur set faced a mixed reception, with some moments falling flat despite his attempt to engage the audience. Similarly, technical glitches plagued Grimes' otherwise captivating performance, leading to an apology on social media from the artist. Keisha's appearance during Renee Rapp's set sparked interest as she alerted the lyrics of her hit song, TikTok, to reflect current controversies, a bold move that gathered attention amidst the festival revelries. As weekend one concluded, the anticipation mounts for the next round of performances. promising more surprises, star sighting, and unforgettable moments.
Hey, yeah, that was a whole lot, Amaya. I'm not gonna lie to you. But there was something else that happened involving music as well. Music legends gathered for a monumental tribute to Jimmy Buffett at the Holiday Bowl. Paul McCartney headlined the event, joined by stars like Snoop Dogg and Harrison Ford. The star-studded lineup delivered electrifying performances, blending Buffett's classics with hits of their own. There were a couple of surprises as well that included featuring guest appearances from Dave Grohl and unannounced presenters added to the excitement. The evening showcased Buffett's influence across genres with heartfelt tributions and unforgettable moments, personal anecdotes from Brandi Carlile, and personal memories from celebrities highlighted Buffett's influence, and generosity. The night accumulated in a full cast rendition of Margaritaville, with McCartney delivering an emotional performance of Let It Be.
Yeah, that was a lot for you too. Now into our box office hits. Now onto our box office hits. Welcome to SMTV Cinema, where we update you all things cinema. This week news in cinema is centered around some big announcements from Universal Studios for this year. During this year's CinemaCon in Las Vegas, Universal made announcements about the upcoming film adaptation of Wicked, Twisters, and the sequel to Five Nights at Freddy's. Universal even invited some of their stars to the cons in order to get audience and fans amped up for the future release.
Yep, two of those actors that made an appearance were Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo, who both are starring as the lead characters in the new big screen adaptation of Wicked. The two got to release new footage of the movie. Part 1 of this rendition will be released on Thanksgiving, while the second part is planned to be released in 2025, also on Thanksgiving. The film also stars Jonathan Bailey, Jeff Goldblum, Michelle Yeoh, and many others.
Yes, the next movie that new footage was released for was the anticipated film Twisters. This cinematic piece stars Glenn Powell, Anthony Ramos, Kiernan Shipka, and Daisy Edgar Jones. This film is a sequel to the 1996 movie titled Twisters. The new movie was produced by Frank Marshall and Steven Spielberg and directed by Lee Isaac Chung. You can expect to see the movie on the big screen on July 19th.
Yep, and after becoming the top grossing studio in 2023, Universal is ready to take a splash for 2024. The studio is planning on releasing more than 20 films in theaters for 2024, spanning across all genres, including their own original titles and franchises. And that's going to be all for SMTV Cinema until our next screening. You all so much. As the semester is starting to wind down and things are coming to an end, I'm gonna miss you so much, Amaya.
I'm gonna miss you too.
Hey guys, thank you for watching SMTV. Make sure to visit our social media pages, like, follow, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, Southern Miss Student Media. If you would like to submit a news tip, email us. We need you how you need us at sm2news@usm.edu.
And that is right, Bethal. Also, if you would like to advertise with SM2 Media, please reach out to Joshua Wilson at joshua.wilson@usm.edu. You can find all of these stories and more on our website, sm2media.com. That is for SM2 TV. Thanks for joining us, and we will see you on our next show. Always remember, Southern Miss to the top.